Well, not quite over 3.5 goals, was it, in the Champions League? Bayern Munich getting through against Arsenal. This was a surprise given Bayern Munich's very, very poor season. 63rd minute Kimmich goal. No response from Arsenal at all. Nothing much else to say there, really. You could have covered the insurance on the 1-0 and looked for Arsenal to equalise. Man City and Atletico Madrid, who scored first here? Well, Atletico Madrid scored first here. Probably got a decent handle on this one as far as getting an equaliser is concerned. But oh dear, missing penalties. Ouch. Silva as well. Normally rely on Silva to get you a penalty. But where's your strikers in front of him? Scaredy cats. In the Norwegian Elite Serie, and still early in the season, 2 1.25 shots and the goal tally not quite keeping with the market's expectation. 82nd minute. Could have laid the draw second half in this one, but it's a little early in the season. Only 2 or 3 matches played. Mulder, this is a disappointment for them, but they did score first. But Bang Killitson banging in that goal for Odd, getting a 17th minute potential winner for them as well, which turned out to be the winner. The Taça de Portugal, absolutely no surprise here. Exactly as per expectation, at least from the market's perspective. 1.36, 3-0, 3-1, any other home score. Don't forget you're expecting a goal before half-time for 1.36 shots. So with the opponent scoring first, that was your potential play there. Dundee and Rangers, big surprise. This to end goalless. No rhyme or reason why it should end goalless. There was a recent head-to-head. Oh no, that was Aberdeen. So Dundee had a recent 0-0. The recent head-to-head was a 3-1 Rangers win on the 9th of December. So you'd have been expecting more of the same at 1.25 odds. Very good display from Dundee. Did they really need the points? Well, we'll have a look. They're up into the championship places now. Championship group, relegation group. So a strange coupon yesterday. As ever with these matches, they're derby-style matches, aren't they? Very difficult to unpack. This is why I think, took the night off yesterday. Having a look onto today, we've got the same problem. We've got the 8 o'clock kickoffs and only a few of them. Roma and Milan, Milanese derby. Italian derby. 1-0 into AC Milan from the first leg. So the onus is on AC Milan to score the first goal. For Roma to keep that defence tight. At 2.38, haven't got a clue. I would expect goals before half-time in Atalanta-Liverpool's match. So if it happens to be 0-0 after 10, 15 minutes, take a chance on there being at least a goal before half-time. Liverpool must score first, must score second, must score third, must score the fourth as well. Marseille and Benfica. Let's have a look. 1-2 to Benfica from the first leg. This ain't over. Marseille are far, far different at home than they are away from home. Vociferous support tonight. Full house at the Olympic Stadium. It's going to be a tough one for Benfica. Only a goal in it. West Ham are Bayer Leverkusen. Bayer Leverkusen have won the title now. 0-2 lead from the first leg against West Ham. Really good starting point there. And they're still favourites today. Let's have a look if there's anything else of interest. Conference League playoffs as well. A couple of recent 0-0s for Poulsen. Includes, I think, the first leg against Fiorentina. But the market's suddenly lurching on the Italian side with a 1.36 quote today. Lille and Aston Villa. It's a 1-2 lead for Aston Villa from the first leg. Fenerbahce and Piraeus. I think Olympiacos scored first in the first leg. And then we got a 2-3. 3-2 Olympiacos lead. So this isn't over at all, with both teams scoring and conceding 2 goals. We could see both teams to score again this evening. PAOK against Club Brugge. 0-1 Club Brugge lead from the first leg. So PAOK know what they must do. Must score first. Well, I'll be around for the 5:45, so I'm not sure if I'll be around for the 8 o'clock. Again, we're suffering from the match type. These are derby-style matches. Very tough to unpack. And also the lack of matches, to be honest. There's only a handful. Which doesn't necessarily warrant a 2 a.m. start for me. It should be obvious from the first legs what's required. The Atalanta-Liverpool match is the one which has the greatest angles. You'd expect goals before half-time, so I'd look at that, as I said before. Look at the potential for Liverpool to do it. They're certainly capable of it. Just got to pick the right centre-forward line. He's been getting wrong of late with those two. That is particularly the draw and the loss in the Premier League, and then the loss against Atalanta in the first leg. So I might see you this evening. Not really the volume of matches I want in order to warrant a 2 a.m. kickoff for me. Interesting this evening. I've done the research via the stats. If you find it of use, I hope you do. Atalanta are beaten at home in the Europa League this season. Oh dear, not what Liverpool want. Liverpool scored in both halves. Well, that's highly likely to occur today in the need for goals. Marseille-Benfica. Marseille unbeaten at home in the Europa League. Well, they just have that aura about them in Marseille. Roma kept a clean sheet in the last 4 matches. Good stuff from Daniele De Rossi. Could do with that this evening. They'll take a 0-0. And West Ham. Bayer Leverkusen kept a clean sheet in the last 4 matches. Not what West Ham need at all. If you've got a solid attack and you're keeping clean sheets, that's the reason why you're early title winners in Germany. So good luck this evening. You might hear from me later on. No promises. Not the largest volume of matches, and it's also, I don't like the match types either. Derby-style matches. Anything could happen, as you saw in the Champions League yesterday. We don't want to be losing money when we've got league football. Much more readable league football coming up on Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Well, have a great evening. Before I go, must remind ourselves of the tennis. What was occurring yesterday. So let's have a look through Barcelona. So you can already see one. We've got a Spanish player in Spain, a set down and favourite. That's your angle in. You'd expect Bautista Agut to be giving a lot more under his home support. 1.22. Well, I think I would have played this and I think I would have lost. But yeah, 197th in the world, playing against 22nd, unless there was an injury concern. First set, a tiebreaker. Seems to tick all the boxes. But did he lead the second set, Jarry, at any point? No, he lost his serve in the second match. Oh dear. Second serve. And that's you done, pretty much, if you got involved. As ever, you can delay. You can wait for the first set to begin. Then you can back Jarry after he lost his serve at even higher odds, or lay his opponent at even lower odds. A set and a break up, you're going to get very short odds about Troncoletti. Yeah, well, another Spaniard in Spain losing the first set as favourite, winning the second. That's all you're after, that kind of odds move. Nice and simple. Lajovic against Humbert. Normally when we get an odds on, well, 13th against 59th. So Not obliged to win, of course. 1.44. De Minaur against Rafa Nadal. This was all about injury for Rafa. As you can see, quite obviously, he's the king of clay. If he's losing 6-1, there is an injury concern somewhere along the line. 1.36 going down in 2 sets again. So some big shocks yesterday. But again, second set, did we get a lead for Carballes Baena? Sorry, for Musetti, 24th in the world. Again, playing a Spaniard. So you've got to be very careful about that. Musetti dropping the first set, the first game in the second set. So not the best recovery there. So this is a tricky one. You've got a Spaniard at home, over-delivering. Tsitsipas, job done. And Fils, no problem there. So you see, it's a very simplistic angle, of course, with the tennis. You do your research as well. There might be recent injuries. Do check the ATP rankings as well. Are they tight? Is there enough of a ranking difference? So that would have been nice. German in Germany. If he lost the first set in the tiebreaker, that would have been an excellent angle in. But we didn't get it. We did get it for Mollica. Again, lower ranked German in Germany, overperforming. And then we get normal service resumed after that. So some angles in. It's all about when you enter the market. A bit like football. Try to enter at as good value as you can, which would be a break and a serve. In Jari's case, a set and a break down. That's the time to get involved. Have a great evening this evening. You might hear from me later on. Very tricky matches, as I say. One-off affairs, second legs. I don't know what to make of them. I might see you a bit later on. Have a great day.